left camp about a little over an hour ago. Just taking a break here, check my navigation. Pretty beautiful, sunny. It's not as windy as yesterday, but there is this kind of stiff breeze. And when I was kind of in the trees now, so it's not a big deal, but down there when I was crossing the flat part, it's really just icy cold. So I'm wearing my jacket and my hat and my gloves, and hoping either the breeze will warm up or it will kind of just stop. I know the past couple days the forecast was supposed to be wind, but I think it's, from what I remember anyway, clearing up. So yeah, that's the morning. And then the unfortunate thing that happened is my backpack, like a second buckle that just broke. So one piece of it broke last night and the other piece broke just now for this hip belt. So I use that carabiner, try to keep it attached to myself so I can keep going. So that is a bummer, but it's nice to have the other one fixed that the backpack maker sent me while I was in, I got it when I was in Grants. Anyway, that's the morning so far. It's about 9:30, and just keep moving down the trail here. It's a really nice meadow. This is a nice area. This is a lot of what I've been walking through today. Either it's like this open, meadow, desert meadow, or I'm in the trees there, kind of the high desert forest. Yeah, it's warmed up a bit. Take off my jacket, just took off my hat and gloves. The wind is kind of still there a little bit, but it's a lot calmer now. So that's nice. Bought a bag of Jolly Ranchers and Grants. Been enjoying those. Wish I brought more of them with me. I didn't bring the whole thing. But walk another 1.5 miles, I think, until I get to the spring. Fill up my water bottle there. And then keep going to another water source a ways from that. That'll really get into my day. Just pass through that gate. There's a little map in the distance of the area I just walked through, starting just coming out of town from Grants. And a couple other little signs here. And I'm looking for, I think there's a little side trail off to a spring. So that's what I'm looking for. And maybe I'll go that way, see if I can find it. This is the side trail off to the spring. This is a cool little forest here. It's actually quite a ways to the spring, a little farther than I thought, but it was a neat walk. Great views. This little side trail. And I think the water is down there. So we gotta hike down and go. Pretty up here. Here's the spring. Going pretty well. Nice trail. Appreciate the, I forget what backcountry horseman group is maintaining this trail. It's pretty nice. Nice little pine forest. Kind of going up and down a little bit, very gradual, but feels like I'm on a plateau. And then at some point before the end of today, I'm going to descend like 2,000 feet. I think I'm at a little over 8,000 right now. Wow, what a view. Looks like I'm sort of at the edge of this plateau now. That's really cool. My trail is behind me, but I just pulled over here to just look at this. It's amazing. This past, I don't know, 6-8 miles were really nice. Great trail. Just kind of walking up on this plateau. And I think I've either come to the end of it or, yeah, maybe that's it, but I'm going down. So it looks kind of steep, but eventually end up down there. And find some water and some camping. I think I get to look at this view the whole way down, so that's cool. Oh, I'm down only about 500 feet, and here are those cactuses again. They weren't growing up there on the mesa top. Still going down. Wow, that is an incredibly cool view. I don't know what those features down there are called, but that is really awesome. There's some pretty tall peaks way in the distance back there. And back there too. Wow, really neat view. This is a really cool trail down. Kind of a lot of work at the end of the day, but it's incredibly scenic. It's like the lower I go, it's like a different perspective and the light changes, and really, really neat. Those over there in the sun are cool. Let's see. It came from somewhere up there. This bird's going to be uncooperative, not let me get close to it, but sitting like right in the center, let's see, there it goes, it's blue. That bird is bright blue, and it lands on the top of these little junipers. It's over there now, it's like the fourth one. Oh, wow, that's really pretty. It's like the fourth video of this landscape, but it's pretty cool. I hope I get to camp somewhere around here. That's not going to be far away, that's for sure. My feet are tired. Been a good day. Very pretty, very scenic. Kind of a long day. And I'll be very happy to get in my tent, eat some food, and lie down. Finally, I got my tent set up. Pretty great spot. Kind of went for the coziness of this tree tonight. Nice place. Some friendly cows over there. Actually, one of the, I don't see that guy again, black and white face, kind of came up to me, sort of friendly. That was nice. I saw Kappa and another guy at the spring. I think they carried on another mile or two. But for me, it's time to take off my shoes and get in there. Yay. Just left my camp. That was an awesome spot. I slept really well. Cozy by that tree. I liked it. And the sunrise was just out the door of my tent over there. It was beautiful. Kind of, I don't know, kind of mostly cloudy, partly cloudy or something today. No wind. It was pretty nice conditions. Really nice morning. I think I have a decent amount of elevation gain today. I don't think there's any like really big climbs and descends. I was wondering if I was going to go back up on one of those plateaus or something, but I think it's kind of more up and down. But we'll see. I had, oh yeah, big news. I had my first experiment with making this kind of like peanut noodle ramen thing last night. I actually made it before, but it's where you take the ramen noodles, kind of add less water than it calls for to make a soup. So basically, so you just like hydrate the noodles. It's like a little bit of liquid. Then you add, peanut butter and soy sauce and hot sauce. It sounds weird, but kind of like a, I don't know, a little bit of a pad thai. Anyway, I've made it before with hot sauce. In Grant's, I bought some Thai red curry paste to add in there. And it's very fragrant, so I've like, every time I open my food bag, I smell it. Anyway, I made it last night. It was really good. Like, really good. I was really happy with that. Polished that off with some Oreo cookies, peanut M&Ms. And yeah, it was kind of dark by the time I was eating. I got to camp a little bit later. This took a long time to set up the tent because, I don't know, just looking around and stuff, it was really pretty sunset and dusk. So it was a nice night, good dinner, great sleep, and here we go again today. Going through, up and down through this little mini canyon wash thing. And that's a little arch right there. That's neat. This trail's great so far. Really easy to follow, easy to walk on. All right, so I know there's two guys ahead of me who might have walked this part last night. At least one of them did. But also I'm seeing someone else's prints. I can't tell. Could be coyote. I'm not very good at identifying prints, like that one right there. Yeah. They look like too big to be fox. I don't see any claw marks, but that one. But the dirt's really soft and fine, so I don't know if the claw marks would show up that well. But anyway, whoever it was probably walked through here, I don't know, this morning, because they're kind of on top of these footprints. That's kind of cool. Yeah, this is such a treat. I had no idea this place was even here. I didn't know what to expect on this stretch, but this is like such a treat. I feel like I could spend a week here. Just everywhere you look, there's something cool. And it's big too, just this vast landscape, huge features. It's kind of neater with the clouds because it changes the light on all these different things and the plants, like these little desert bushes, trees. I know some of them are juniper, but I feel like there's another kind. I'm gonna look that up too. This is a neat little section. I just climbed up on this little, I don't know what you call it, rocky feature, but cool sandstone rocks carved probably by the wind. Yeah, that's pretty neat. And there are flowers up here. I've seen like several different kinds. Well, I'm on the other side of that thing. After several hours of walking, I just ran into Mike and a guy named Hopper. I was confused because they were coming the other way. But of course, there's a plan. Mike said they were going to meet Kathy in the van, kind of close to where I camped last night. But they said it was just really windy and dusty. I think this was maybe not last night, but the night before. And it was windy that night. So they didn't want to stay out there. So they went into Cuba, spent the night there, and now Mike and Hopper are hiking the other way to meet Kathy back at that point. And then I think they'll get a ride and go back into Cuba. So it's like a, I don't know, day hike maybe one overnight. But he also said that there's some trail magic in the next couple miles. I think this trail will cross a road, and there's like a pretty big offering of trail magic. Is like people just want to be nice to hikers and show up with food and water and hang out at a trailhead or by the side of the road. So that's always nice to run into. So I'll pass that. And then he also let me know there was the water caches. I guess there are two of them a little bit past that have plenty of water. So that helps, because when I started this morning, I was kind of debating. I have one water source in like 15 miles, and then, which is one of the ones Mike mentioned. And the next one, I think 29 miles past where I was camped. So that would be a really long day to make it there. I think I could do it. I think yesterday was 28 miles, so it's not the miles, but this terrain is a lot more hilly, as you can see. Like I was down on that desert, on that, flat part, and I climbed up here, and then I'm going to go down a little bit more. So it's like a lot of up and down Which it's really cool. This is an awesome trail, but it's a little bit slower and harder work than yesterday. So I'm not sure if I'd make it to that water source by dark. Anyway, that's the water calculus for the day. I'm sure I'll still think about it over the next couple miles, but seems like I got a couple options. In any case, wow, this is a really awesome day of hiking. Wow, my average pace has really dropped. There's so many cool things to look at. These awesome rocks with orange and green lichen. There's that pile of interesting colored dirt. There's all these huge sandstone pieces that have tumbled down to the ground. There's that in the distance. There's that really flat thing in the distance. Trail very well marked with these cairns. Super easy to follow. Yeah, this is like these layers, and this wind is making some art here, carving it away. These cool patterns. Yeah, there's a lot of black, orange, some green from the plants, and then there's these burly little tiny, I don't know what those cactuses are. They could be baby prickly pears. I don't think so though, they're a little too round. Things are great though. This is nature's way of saying don't touch. Very subtle. These look kind of like mushrooms. They're growing really close together. Alright, well, I guess I am way back up on one of these plateaus. I think it came from way across the valley over there. This is like a huge ball of these smaller cacti growing together. There must be like over 100 of them, and a lot of them are erupting into blossoms, and the rest are getting ready to do that. It's very cool. That thing is pretty big too. It's probably about a foot, almost 2 feet across. Awesome. Alright, I just got to Camp Oasis. This is the most amazing trail angelness I have ever seen. These people are taking this very seriously. It's a group of hikers that just kind of set up this semi-permanent place. And I just ate a bowl of lasagna and pasta salad and an apple and a soda, and I'm taking cookies with me. So they are killing it. Thank you guys. I left the Trail Angel Camp Oasis about, I don't know, an hour ago, hour and a half ago. I'm still really full. Food was really good. Like, I'm kind of speechless at how elaborate that was. So when I was there, I was pretty much the only one there most of the time, but then these two guys came up in a, I don't know, ATV or Jeep or something. And it turns out they work at the BLM, and it's BLM land. And the guy who was kind of main guy organizing this, elaborate trail angel station. He was talking to them, and yeah, they have a menu at this place, like written on the whiteboard. There's like 5 things you can choose from to eat. So he made these guys some like barbecue chicken sandwiches, and there were other people there too who were like volunteering at this place. But anyway, those guys were nice. Turns out the Camp Oasis, they have like a permit to set up their thing there. So it was kind of interesting to hear the Trail Angel people and the BLM people talk. And yeah, anyway, it was nice to meet all of those people. Kind of cool to just chat with the BLM guys and tell them how much I enjoy this trail, because it is so cool. Not only, I mean, it's the general area is amazing, but the trail itself is quite nice. And it turns out they also administrate the El Malpais conservation area too, which I also enjoyed. So yeah, cool to have those interactions with people. I think aside from them, you know, and like the 4 other hikers, really haven't seen very many people. So it's kind of funny to show up somewhere and there's like a group of people, and like I definitely want to socialize and interact, but it's like overwhelming sometimes. Too much stimulation. And then you have like a combination of that, you know, just the people factor. And then there's all this food and there's cold sodas, and you're looking around, you're like, oh man. So I'm kind of overwhelmed when I get there and I sit down and I see a bowl of apples and oranges. So I take an apple and a soda, and I'm kind of sitting there for a while. And one of the guys who was volunteering there, he's like, are you a vegetarian? Can I make you the lasagna's vegetarian, or I can make you pasta salad without chicken. I was like, oh yeah, that's amazing. Please do that. And then I was like, wait a minute, I didn't tell you I was a vegetarian. How did you know? The guy says, because you walked in here and you took an apple and a soda and you sat down. It's like, that was I just sensed you were a vegetarian. That was kind of funny. He was right. Anyway, I feel really well fed. I also had some like cinnamon rolls after I finished eating that bowl of lasagna and pasta. And so I'm like fed, sugared up, feeling good as we enter the sage. I haven't seen very much sage in a while. Neat. Another fire cactus and a hummingbird was just checking it out. That was kind of cool. Hummingbirds in the desert. This is going to be my campsite. Kind of walking along this mesa for like the last 2 hours. Really, really cool. The ridge of it's just up there. The sun just came out. It's kind of below these clouds that have been around all day. And that will be my view. Pretty great. There's a really cool spot on the other side of the ridge, but I don't know, I'm not sure if it was quite as wind protected. This one's pretty good. I think it'll be okay. All right, time to set up my tent and call it a night.